But the Fantasias after Telemann, they are something completely, I mean, these freie Fantasien are coming out of this Empfindsamkeit idea that we are really talking with every note.
Yeah.
And then the clavichord is the perfect instrument for that, because of course, this instrument is louder than the clavichord, but very limited dynamics, for example. And on the clavichord you can do Bebung, the vibrato thing and so on. So the closer to the human voice, the better. It was supposed to sound like a human voice. Yes. And then the form is, I mean, what Carl Philipp Maran does is he uses also broken chords, and then he has sometimes also some melodies. Like it sounds like suddenly an ode song is starting, but then he breaks it again, and he has also recit moments. There's no counterpoint anymore, really. No. It doesn't play a role, of course. I mean, there are moments where you have invitations for a moment. These kind of things that you have these entrances, but there are no fugues or anything. Anymore, no. Because it's about the feeling. It's not about the this. They needed, the pendulum needed to go the other side, enlightenment and so, and they wanted to have much more. It was all about feeling and spontaneous thing, and for that, Fantasia is great. You can do all the time from yes, spontaneous things. Yes, they are compositions in Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach's Fantasias. Let me see if I have one here. There are no bar lines, for example, or not always. He just doesn't go through all that work to put something free in a bar system, and then just to finally, when you play it, ignore the bar anyway. Here, you see, look, here are some runs, then arpeggios.
Arpeggios,
and it's also not that there's no structure really in these Fantasias, that he does completely random something and writes it down. There are forms and structure, but it has to sound, and the moment when you play it is if you at that moment give a speech, basically out of nothing. And then in that time, of course, Sturm und Drang, they love to break, they affect, something's very tragic, and then suddenly somebody comes really angry, and a lot of this, and then comes again back something sad. And but Fantasia was perfect for that. So the Fantasia had a very good time at that moment. But that is a complete different way or a different kind of Fantasia than, for example, the pieces by Laws or these.
Shall we?
We move to the clavichord. I show you some bits from the. So you. Wow, it's so nice. Clavichord is the best instrument in the world, apart from the flute.
Okay, can you tell a bit about the instrument and what to expect from it, and why are you so, I would say, madly in love with that?
Because it's just you can do so many things on it. It's beautiful to look at, of course, and to listen to. It's rather soft, which is practical if you live in the Netherlands with thin walls and you want to practice at 12 in the night, or you cannot sleep and you have nothing to do, so I go here and I play.
But we play this instrument for the concerts, and actually
the sound carries well.
Carries very well.
The thing is, of course, okay, well, let me explain how I produce the sound, because most of the people have not seen it. The harpsichord has these jacks. They are hanging like this in the keyboard. Here's the key, which I press down, and then I push this up. And here I have feather quills, which plug the string. And at the moment when the thing, of course, needs to fall down again, and you don't want to plug again, so then you get ding dong. You just want ding. This thing is very clever. Down the feather quill goes around the string, so you don't hear a second note.
Kaboom.
So basically, it's like a guitar or a harp, if you want, a harpsichord. And the sound here, where pianos have hammers, it's a bit like a hammer, but it's just a very thin piece of brass, a tangente, they call it in German. With that thing, I produce the sound by beating it against the string. But at the same time, this piece of brass is also my finger, like the finger on the violin, because it depends on where I touch the string. that's important for the pitch, you see? So this divides the string at the right spot to get the right sound. And because we don't want both sides of the string to sound, just this bit between my finger and the bridge, let's call it my finger here, this shouldn't sound, so that we damp it with felt. If this instrument is a copy of a Saxon clavichord, the original is standing in the Viadrina University in Frankfurt an der Oder. It's it's a very nice instrument. It has a lot of acoustic itself. Good instrument. If you read Adlung, for example, who explains very nicely how to build clavichords, then he says, well, the really good makers, they build them in a way that you have a lot of, that they sing a lot. Because the problem is here, as soon as I let the note go, take the finger up, this thing falls down, and this felt damps immediately the string. So the notes are short, but you hear
the resonance.
The instrument itself sings on. Do you hear?
Yeah, it's damped.
It's